Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing 10 school hacks, kind of hacks or like tips for school time. Yes, so let's go ahead and get into it. So the first hack that I have that actually works very well for me, but it may not work well for other people. Whenever you're doing a project or some sort of assignment for a class, is to be listening to something in the background. And I know that like for sure whenever I do like a project, like a big project or something, this like calms me. Obviously you can't do it like when you're studying, but whenever you have like some sort of project to do, I always listen to something. So I either listen to like some show on Netflix that I don't really care about, that I don't really need to pay attention to, like Chopped, or like some like food show. I know it sounds stupid, but it keeps me like really calm like as I'm doing that project, instead of like when I'm not, I kind of like start freaking out and like, I don't know, it just keeps me more calm. The second hack that I have is kind of on the same lines, but to listen to calming music while you're studying or while you're doing like math problems or something of that sort, something more like that you have to have a lot of concentration on. Listen to some calming music, because again it will kind of help you with your nerves, because you do start getting a little tense whenever you're doing like specific problems, especially when you can't figure something out. So yes, I would recommend listening to calming music, and it does actually work for me, and I actually do like it a lot. Third hack I have is to pick out your outfits ahead of time. I personally do this every single night before school. I will plan my outfit because let me tell you, it makes that much of a difference. Fourth hack or tip that I have is that whenever you're studying, pretend like you're teaching somebody. Now, it doesn't matter if you have like a big old whiteboard out. Sometimes I even get my whiteboard and I literally, it kind of sounds weird. It sounds weird, like kind of like talk to yourself, but not really. Pretend like you're teaching somebody. I'm telling you, it works. You're more likely to retain information if you like taught it to somebody, you know, because then you really know what you're talking about. The fifth thing I have is to set alarms for when you get home for different things that you need to do. So set an alarm for like an hour, 2 hours to do homework, set that time aside, and then you can set your time aside to go work out or to go have your like own like little personal time, like watch a YouTube video or watch Netflix or something you like to do in your own time, so that way you have time for everything that you want. Number 6 I would really recommend is to either make lists or have a planner of some sort. I know that I was always the type of person that liked the idea of planners, but I never used them and I would always forget things. So this year I have made it like a goal to use my planner, and it really does help, because while I'm in class I just write down things I need to do, and then when the weekend comes I can just check off everything that I needed to do, and then I am prepared for when class comes the next week. Number 7 I have is, if you have to like read or if you have to like answer questions or something like of that sort, whenever you get to the end of a paragraph or whenever you get to the end of the sentence or whenever you get finished with one of the problems, reward yourself with something small and like temporary. Usually it's like food for me. Whenever I was done reading the end of the paragraph, I would eat an M&M, or whenever I was finished with one of the math problems, I would eat an M&M, or I would eat like a pretzel or something like that. Reward yourself, because it kind of gets you motivated to do it. The 8th thing I have, which I used to always do and it really does help, is to take notes using different colored pens. But if you just write a bunch of notes on a piece of paper, everything looks the same. You don't know what's what, and it's hard to specifically find certain things in that paper. Or if you have a laptop that you bring to school, bold and underline different things and put things in different color fonts and all that, so that it's easier to look at as a whole, so that you can find things quicker. The 9th thing I have is to put your phone somewhere else besides your bedside table. Now what I do is I charge it at the end of my bed, so I have it on the floor at the end of my bed. So I have to somehow like move my body in order to turn it off. By that time that I've turned off the alarm, I'm like, oh, it is time to get up. And I'm already pretty much like partially awake, so that definitely does help. The 10th thing I have is to avoid thieves. Now you can do this with a lot of stuff. You can do this with your pens, your gum, anything like that, because I know, like, yes, a lot of people would always ask me for gum, but especially pens and pencils, people used to always ask me for them. Now, it doesn't really happen in college to me anymore. I feel like kids are a little bit more prepared in college, but in high school, this used to always happen. I would have like a giant pack of pencils at the beginning of the school year, and like not even halfway through, I would have like one pencil left, and that's not cool, okay? So what I do now is I bring one pen and I bring one pencil. So, and I don't ever lose those now. So I literally, now when I only bring those two things, I literally use them until they're out of ink or until they're out of lead. But yes, that is all of the hacks that I have for you guys. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I don't usually do hacks, but there's a lot of things for back to school that are easy little tips that can help your school year go by a little easier. So if you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, or if you haven't already, make sure you click that subscribe button. I would really, really appreciate it. Life is too short to be negative, so make sure you keep it positive. I love y'all so, so much. Bye!